Despite the divorce, he managed to find happiness. Now, I have placed this syntax tree exercise here, and I'm probably guessing that by placing it here you had some difficulty with it. And this is because I'm introducing a concept here which we'll be looking at in the weeks to come. I wanted, however, for you to witness an example of what is called a non-finite clause as a way of looking at analysis of syntax. Despite the divorce, he managed to find something. And this is despite the divorce, that's an adverbial of some kind. It's somebody managed something. That's the essence. Somebody managed something. Now, if we go to the subject first before we go to the predicate, and the subject consists of a subject, and that subject is quite easy. It's he. It's a noun phrase, realized as a pronoun, and it's he. Meanwhile, if we go to the adverbial at the very beginning, we have a prepositional phrase, despite the divorce, and break that down. There's a preposition, divorce, despite I mean, and the noun phrase is determiner, article, and then you have the divorce. So far so good, I hope. Let's move over to the predicate, and in the predicate we have the predicator, managed, and we have a direct object, to find happiness. And the predicator is realized as a verb phrase. It's a finite verb, lexical, and it's managed. Now in this last one here, there's a word to here, but this is not a prepositional phrase. Now why is that? If you compare it to this one here, despite the divorce, despite the divorce, you have a noun phrase here. And that noun phrase here, it begins with a determiner, an article, and a noun, divorce. Now here, to find happiness, to isn't a preposition. Instead, it's the infinitive for the word that follows. The word that follows isn't any kind of determiner, it's a verb. But this is a non-finite verb. So I'll leave this for the time being, and you know that this here is referring to a non-finite clause. And this non-finite clause is to find happiness. Non-finite clauses are in fact somewhere between a clause and a phrase. In fact, in some books they call these verbal phrases instead of non-finite clauses. Now, don't worry about this too much for the time being, but just recognize that a direct object, instead of being realized as a noun phrase, the direct object is realized as a non-finite clause. In this case, to find happiness. And this pattern was, it was a transitive pattern.